Nicole from Nicole's Nails. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, hi there, I'm Nicole. Nice to meet you. Thank you for clicking on this video. And also, please consider subscribing if you are new to the channel. This is a newer channel and I would greatly appreciate if you hit subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers over here. And I am planning another giveaway. So, you want to join in the fun? Hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today's video is for the December polish pickup. It is the final polish pickup of the year. Before we get into the video, I just want to say, I cannot believe that we are going into December already. Like, where did this year go? So polish pickup opens this Friday, December 3rd on polishpickup.com as well as the UK website. If you are new and have no idea what polish pickup is, I will have all that information down in the description box. Also, the theme for December is warm and cozy. So you have lots of nice, cozy themed nail polishes. So let's just get into this video. First up, we have all mixed up lacquers with cozy toesies. This polish is inspired by colorful toe socks and is described as a clear / milky white when warm to a black when cold thermal polish with loads of different colors, sizes, and shapes of glitters. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has a cap of 150 bottles. Cozy Toesies had a fantastic formula. It did not feel overly thick at all despite being jam-packed with glitters. So for the glitters, I was seeing pinks, purples, blues, like two different kinds of green, like a very pale yellow, black, and white glitters. This one has a ton of glitter in it. This one will dry down texture, so you will want to pair it with a glitter-eating top coat before going in with your normal top coat. As per usual, I use the Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber. So I found all the glitter spread out very evenly and easily. I did not need to do anything special to get really great coverage. Just for the nature of these kind of polishes, I did do a tiny bit of dibby-dabbing, just pushing things around, just to make sure I didn't have anything hanging off the sides of my nail. So I found the thermal aspect in this polish to be very reactive. Started changing on me right away. So for this polish, I think it'll be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. To get the most opacity in the warm state, I would suggest going in for 3 coats. If you opt to only go in for 2 coats, you will have some visible nail line in the warm state. I also found that the cold state did get just a touch darker with 3 coats as well. Removal on this polish will be on the very difficult side due to all those glitters. I would definitely recommend soaking this polish off or pairing it with a peel-off base coat for the easiest removal. Next up, we have BCB Lacquers with Sunset Bonfire. This polish was inspired by bonfires on the beach at sunset, and it is described as a cobalt blue polish with a strong pink to green to gold shifting shimmer as well as holographic. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 300 bottles. Sunset Bonfire had a gorgeous formula. The base color on this is a beautiful, deep, jewel tone blue that leans just a tiny bit teal from the shimmer. I found that the shimmer in this is very color shifty. I was seeing all of the described colors in person. The shimmer effect does not show any brush strokes, and this polish is also extremely holographic. This one is going to look amazing in every type of lighting. So this polish had pretty good coverage in 2 coats. I did have some very slight visible nail line, so I swatched this one in 3 coats. The 3rd coat does deepen the color as well as adding some more opacity. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will still want top coat as this polish does dry down just a tiny bit dull. I did not personally experience any staining, but if your nails are prone to staining from blues, I would recommend doubling up on base coat. So I mentioned this in my Black Friday video, but in case you missed that one, BCB Lacquers recently changed their bottles as well as their brushes. They now have a gorgeous paddle-shaped brush as well as a 15 ml bottle. Hey everyone, so I just wanted to pop in and talk about the BCB Lacquers Cuticle Oil. This one is scented as Black Cherry Merlot. So the ingredients on this one are jojoba oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil, almond oil, tea tree oil, and skin safe fragrance. It's priced at $10 for 10 ml and has a cap of 75. So I'm reading my blog post right here. This was my first time trying this brand's cuticle oil. I usually prefer applicators like this one, these little pens. I don't generally love the roller balls. It's just not how I prefer to apply cuticle oil. but the oil itself feels amazing. I've kept this one at my desk, that's why it was right here. And I think this feels amazing. I haven't tested it out to see how much I like it, but since jojoba is the main ingredient, I do feel like this one is going to be very nourishing and feel really great on your skin. For the scent, I'm not a wine girl. The only time I use wine is when I'm cooking with it. So I can't really say if this smells like black cherry merlot, because I feel like I'm saying that wrong as it is anyway. But I definitely am picking up that black cherry fragrance. It smells really good. I feel like the scent itself is not heavy, but it's like a heavier scent. Like I just applied it to my hand here and I can definitely smell it as like I'm talking and moving my hands around. I can definitely smell it here. I find that the fragrance itself tends to dissipate. I think after like maybe 15-20 minutes, like if I'm talking again, I won't smell it on my hands, but if I bring my fingers up to my nose, then I would smell it. This one feels really amazing. I really like it. I have not tested it out for longevity, but it does feel very nourishing. Next up is BCB Lacquer with Solstice Gift. This polish was inspired by a Court of Frost and Starlight. It is described as a pale lavender pastel multichrome base with a silver metallic flake. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of, it has no cap. This polish had a beautiful formula. I found the flakes in this all spread out very evenly and easily. The brand notes that the flakes in this might dry down textured. I did not personally notice any texture from this polish. It did seem to want to eat my top coat a little bit, but other than that, I didn't really notice any like texture. So this one, I would suggest going in for 2 coats of top coat just for the smoothest finish possible. As far as the multichrome in this one is concerned, I was seeing like a very slight like purple to like bluish kind of color shift, but it wasn't like a super obvious color shifty polish. The flakies in this one are going to be the star of the show and not like an insane multichrome color shift. To get the most opacity, I would suggest wearing this polish in 3 coats. Removal on this will not be overly difficult, but I would anticipate it being rather messy. Next up, we have Cameo Colors Lacquers with Sun Warmed Nook. This polish is inspired by a sunny, warm reading nook, and it is described as a bright yellow crelly base full of a warm red to gold to green shifting shimmer, tiny bronze and / red copper flecks, what is with me today, and a vibrant green glow in the dark effect. This polish is priced at $11.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 105 bottles. Sunwarm Nook had a wonderful crelly formula. I found the polish, it made me think of like a nice sunny day in the middle of spring for some reason. Like I kept saying to myself, this is like a springtime yellow. It is bright, but not like a bright neon. I would say it's like a spring yellow personally, but it's not a pastel. It's still bright. So the shimmer in this one is on the more subtle side. I was seeing the color shift in person, but the shimmer wasn't like super in your face. The glow in the dark aspect, however, is extremely glowy. I charged this one up with a black light flashlight. I found that it stayed very glowy for me for quite a while. So nothing in here will dry down textured. You will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. Removal will not be overly difficult, and I also did not experience any staining. Here I am showing the polish with 1 coat of the Cameo Colors Lacquers Firelit Nights topper that will also be available this month. And now we have Cameo Colors Lacquers again with Firelit Nights. This polish is inspired by evenings spent curled up by the fire. This polish is described as an effect topper with a bit of red to gold to green shifting shimmer, a dash of scattered hollow sparkle, UCC flakies, as well as iridescent glitter. It's priced at $11.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 105 bottles. Firelit Nights had a beautiful formula. It did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had 0 application issues. The UCC flakes are on the larger side, but they do not dry down textured. So I swatched this one in 1 coat over KBShimmer's Totally Eclipse, which is their 1 coat black, as well as in 3 coats on its own over on my ring finger. So in order to see that color shifting shimmer, I think it will look best over darker colors. If you just want to see like the holographic and the flakies, this is perfect over any color at all. This polish does not dry down texture, but it does dry down slightly dull, so you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish, and nothing in here will be difficult to remove. Next up, we have Color Spectrum Polish with Cinnamon Whiskey. This polish is inspired by Fireball whiskey, and it is described as a burnt orange cream polish with a red to copper shimmer, red hollow glitters, as well as orange to gold shifting metallic flakies plus holographic. It's priced at $12 for 13 ml and has a cap of 115 bottles. Cinnamon whiskey had a really great formula. It did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had zero application issues. I do want to note that the polish did seem to want to run down the stem of the brush a little bit. It did not make application difficult, but it did make for, I did end up going in for thicker than my usual coats for this one. So I'm swatching this one here in 2 coats. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own application. The shimmer effect in this one is really beautiful. It has a nice kind of golden look to it in the base. And this is also very holographic as well. So nothing in here will dry down textured. Removal will not be difficult. I did not experience any staining, and you will want top coat for a glossy finish as this one does dry down dull. Alrighty, for products, next up we have Color Spectrum Polish's Vegan Lip Balm. So this one is inspired by Fireball whiskey, and it is priced at $5 for 0.15 ounces and has a cap of 45 little. So I'm a huge fan of this brand's lip balm. I have August's PPU here at my computer table. Like, I really like this brand's lip balm. I keep it here at my computer table, over there at my nail desk. Cat hair, that's an Isabel hair. Keep one upstairs in the bed. I keep them all over the house. I genuinely really enjoy this brand's lip balm. So this one's fragrance smells very cinnamony. It's very cinnamon and spicy. You know that fragrance when you walk into basically like any store that sells things other than food this time of year, how you get kind of like smacked in the face by like spicy cinnamoniness? This is what this smells like. It smells like that when you get smacked in the face by it. So I really, really like this one because I love those fragrances. So it's got like a very strong cinnamon spiciness. I do want to add about this lip balm, the fragrance on it once you have it on your lips, you will smell it for the first few minutes, but I find that the scent dissipates fairly quickly, so you're not going to be catching like whiffs of cinnamony goodness smells like for hours or anything. If you are sensitive to cinnamon, I would not recommend this one. If you are like me and you love cinnamon, I would definitely recommend this one. The scent on it is amazing. I love it so much. I don't really pick up the vanilla that's listed. It's definitely like cinnamon spicy goodness. And also this one does list it as having some gold shimmer in it. Personally, when I wear these, I don't really see shimmer on my lips. I feel like if I search for it, I kind of see something. But like, you're not going to get like glitter lips look with this one. Next up, we have Colores de Caro with blankets and hot chocolate. This polish was inspired by a warm blanket with a hot chocolate. It is described as a medium gray Crelly base with a multi-chrome shimmer that shifts from a gold to green to orange to red, UCC flakies, as well as iridescent mermaid flakes. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 300 bottles. Blankets and hot chocolate had a wonderful formula. I did not have any application issues at all. The flakies all spread very evenly and easily on their own without giving off any texture. I found the shimmer effect in this to have like a very nice golden kind of glow, but the flakies are really the star of the show in my opinion. I was not really seeing a strong like shifty color shift in the shimmer. This polish had pretty good coverage in 2 coats. I did have some visible nail lines, so my photos show blankets and hot chocolate in 3 coats. If you don't mind visible nail line or you don't have much of a free edge, this will be a 2 coater on you. I did not really see a difference in the depth of color between 2 coats and 3. Nothing in here again will dry down texture or be difficult to remove, and I did not experience any staining. Next up we have Crystal Knockout with House Cat Homebody. This polish was inspired by the ultimate cozy situation: coffee, crocheting, a cardigan, and a cat. This polish is described as a peach Crelly base with a bronze shimmer, as well as metallic chameleon flakes. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has no cap. House Cat Homebody had a wonderful Crelly formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and again, zero application issues. All those beautiful flakies spread out very evenly and easily. And with this one as well, I found that the flakies were definitely the star of the show. You see a nice like bronzy goldish kind of sparkle behind the flakies in the base, but you're going to definitely be seeing those flakies the most out on the nail. So the peachy base on this, I found leaned just a tiny bit orangey in my photos. I feel like the color you're seeing here with Stormy in the background is like the accurate color for this polish. This polish had really great coverage in 2 coats. I think it'll be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own application. I found that this one dried down just slightly more sheer than it applied, so I ended up using 3 coats for my swatches. Removal on this will not be overly difficult. It will likely be a little bit messy if you scrub this one off, and I did not experience any staining. And now we have Cupcake Polish with Sweet Slumber. This polish was inspired by a cozy pink and silver bedroom, and it is described as a gray creme base filled with pink and silver metallic flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Sweet Slumber had a gorgeous formula. It does start off on the more sheer side, but I found it built up for opacity very easily. This polish is jam-packed with flakies. I found that the metallic flakies in this one give this polish a very, like an antique, almost like a royal kind of look on the nail. It's very, very beautiful. I did notice that these flakies do seem to be a little bit top coat hungry. If you have a glitter eating top coat, I would suggest pairing it with this polish to keep the polish looking like as glossy as it can be over the course of your wear time. It's not 100% necessary, but it is something to consider. So I think this one is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. I honestly did not see a huge difference in opacity or the color of the polish between 2 coats and 3 coats. My photos here, or my video, show it in 3 coats plus top coat. Nothing in here will dry down texture, but I would recommend doubling up on top coat just to keep this one nice and glossy. Next up, we have Fair Maiden Polish with Snuggles. This polish was inspired by Snuggle the Bear from the fabric softener commercials. This polish is described as a baby blue base packed with a bright magenta to gold to green shifting shimmer, as well as iridescent flakes. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has no cap. Snuggles had a fantastic formula. It starts off pretty sheer and a little bit patchy, which is pretty common for base colors that are this light. So you're going to definitely want to build this one up for opacity. The base color is a very, very pale baby blue shade. I wouldn't say it's so light that it will look white in some lighting, but it's close. The shimmer and flakies really pop from that base. You're definitely seeing all of the described colors in the shimmer. I found that the color shift in the flakies is very similar to the shimmer colors. Those flakies are going to pop in low lighting situations. I think Snuggles is likely going to be a solid 3-coater on pretty much everyone. I found in the second coat it does even out the base pretty decently, but you're not quite getting that full depth of color that you see in the 3 coats. This polish does dry fairly dull, so you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish, and nothing here will be difficult to remove. And now we have Glisten Glow with
Huga.
Life. This polish is inspired by the Danish word
Huga
and the life that it represents. This polish is described as an ivory base with a pink undertone, polish loaded with iridescent flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. So I tried so hard to say that word correctly. I spent 15 minutes with Google trying to say it. The word was not coming out of my mouth, so Siri said it for me. Sorry. So this polish had a really great formula. It felt a little bit on the thick side, but not overly thick at all. It just has a ton of flakies in it, so I'm guessing that is why it feels just slightly thick. It applied very evenly and easily. This polish is also described as being a palette cleanser and a work-friendly polish. I found that that is very true. The flakies paired with this base color have a very like delicate feel on the nail. If you are into neutrals, this one will definitely be your jam. Since this polish is so light in color, I did find that in the first coat it was a little bit uneven, but I found by the second coat it was like 90% opaque and had pretty even coverage. So if you don't mind just slight unevenness, this will be passable in 2 coats. I am showing it here in 3 coats. I found that third coat evened out any, well, unevenness. Flakies all spread out very evenly and easily without needing to do anything special. They also will not dry down textured. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. I really like this polish mattified, which I am showing here. Alright, so the next product I have to share is the Glisten Glow Top Coat, which comes in this cute little box. All of the Glisten Glow polishes come in these nice little boxes, by the way. So this top coat is priced at $7.50 for 15 ml, and there is no cap. So the Glisten Glow Top Coat is one of my favorite top coats. I'm exposing myself here, but over there. So right there this is my swatch area right here. And all of those there are all of the base coats, top coats, and cuticle remover that I use on a regular basis. Glisten Glow is heavily featured over there. Yeah, I really love all of the Glisten Glow treatments, basically. The top coat's fantastic. The matte top coat's fantastic. Everyone knows Glitter Grabber is fantastic. Like, Glisten Glow has top-notch products to go with your nail polishing adventures. For all of my swatches for this month's polish pickup, I alternated between the Glisten Glow top coat and the KBShimmer top coat. Just a heads up, I always like those. Whichever one is closest to me when I'm reaching, that's the one I use, basically. And the Glisten Glow one is one that I purchased myself time and time again. I really enjoy this top coat. This is the kind of top coat that if you do your nails, give yourself 15, maybe 20 minutes. You can put on your kitchen gloves, go do your dishes, and your nails are going to be fine. That is like one thing that I always look for in a top coat, and the Glisten Glow top coat does that for me. This one is also really great in the winter. If you're doing a pedicure and your toesies get cold, give yourself 15, 20 minutes, put on them socks, you're good to go. Once again, like, I really can't stress enough how much I genuinely enjoy this top coat. I do want to note, if you have sensitivities to toluene, I think that's how you pronounce it at least. If you have sensitives to toluene or you need like 5+ free, this top coat is not 5 free. It does have toluene in it, so it's 4 free, maybe 3 free, depending on who you're asking. And so yeah, like, that's just one note. That's one thing I will say about it. But yeah, this brand's top coat, fantastic. And I know the matte top coat and glitter grabber aren't available during polish pickup right now, but like, I love them. I use the matte top coat for all of my matte swatches. Like, that is my go-to matte top coat. It's the only one that I buy the refill size bottle for. So yeah, thank you for listening. Let's move on to the next swatch. Next up is Hearts and Promises with Cinnamon Hot Chocolate. This polish was inspired by cinnamon hot chocolate, and it is described as a yummy milk chocolate brown holographic base with a pink shimmer, pink sparkles, gold flakies, and an assorted iridescent hex glitters. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Cinnamon Hot Chocolate had a wonderful, wonderful formula. It did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had no application issues. The base color on this one falls somewhere between like a cinnamon brown and like a chocolatey, milk chocolatey brown. I thought this one just looked absolutely gorgeous. The shimmer looked really beautiful. You had a little bit of brush strokes when the polish was wet, but I found that for the most part, they all disappeared as the polish dried. The flakies and sparkles and glitters all spread very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. This one was also very holographic, as you are seeing here. So this one is likely to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. I found that it was opaque on me in 2 coats, but I felt like the 3rd coat did deepen the color just a smidge. So like I mentioned, nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. And now we have Heather's Hues with Cuddly and Cozy. This polish was inspired by cuddling up under a flannel blanket with a cute dog by your side and drinking a warm coffee or tea. This polish is described as a black when cold to a deep teal green when warm, thermal polish kissed with hollow teal glitters and black to red to orange multi-chrome flakies. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Cuddly and Cozy had a beautiful formula. It did not feel overly thick or thin and 0 application issues. So as you're seeing here, this polish is very dark. My hands were like little ice cubes the day I was swatching this one, so I had to bust out my hairdryer to warm up my fingers in order to see the warm state. So in person, the cold state is a very, very, very dark teal. I would dare say it is basically a black, but it has like a very slight tealish kind of tone to it. The warm state is a medium green leaning teal. So the flakies in this will give you that beautiful black to red to orange color shift like the black to red multi-chrome polishes. This one had pretty good coverage in 2 coats. I did have a few light spots, so my photos show it in 3 coats. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove, and no issues with staining. And next up is a product I am super excited to share with you all. I have the Heather's Hues lotion. So this month's scent is Peppermint Hot Cocoa. The Heather's Hues lotion is called What Is This Sorcery, or WiTS lotion. I have mentioned this in my polish pickup wishlist videos. I have mentioned this whenever I talk about lotion. This is my favorite go-to lotion for everything. This is like what I keep everywhere. Like the Color Spectrum lip balm, the Heather's Hues lotion is one that I keep literally everywhere. Like I have bottles and jars everywhere. So this month's scent is Peppermint Hot Cocoa. So I had like a major fangirl moment when I opened the package and saw Heather sent the lotion. And then when I read the label on what this month's fragrance was, my heart dropped. If you caught my polish pick video from last month, I mentioned that I don't generally love peppermint scented things. Like there's just something about peppermint that I just don't like as like an all around fragrance. So I went into sniffing this one thinking that I definitely was not going to like it, and I felt so bad. I was pleasantly surprised. So for this one, the hot cocoa is definitely the main scent that I was picking up. I feel like the peppermint kind of wafts in towards like the end. The hot cocoa, so you're feeling like a creamy, chocolatey, a little sweet but not like sickly sweet kind of scent. And then you get like a little just like ooh of peppermint after all of the hot chocolate. I don't know what the hand movement just was after all the hot chocolate. So this product is priced at $7.50 for 2 ounces and has a cap of 50 jars. And also, just so you know, this one does have some nut seed oils in it. Just a heads up, if you have a nut allergy, I would not recommend this one. If you don't have a nut allergy, I would definitely recommend this one. This is like my favorite lotion in the whole world. I buy it like obsessively. Now we have KBShimmer with Totally Stoked. This polish was inspired by fireplaces and described as a warm red base with a glowing shimmer that shifts from a gold to orange to ember with scattered hollow flakies. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has no cap. Totally Stoked had a beautiful, beautiful formula. As you can see here, it starts off pretty sheer, so you're definitely going to build this one up for opacity. I found that this one had pretty decent coverage in 2 coats, but I felt like the depth of color could be built up just a tiny bit more with a 3rd coat. The shimmer is very color shifty, and I was not seeing any brush strokes through it. And those hollow flakies are gorgeous. These are super holographic. I was seeing that beautiful hollow sparkle in both my normal lighting inside of my house as well as out in natural lighting. So as I mentioned, this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. Nothing in here will dry down textured. The polish does the polish does dry down just slightly dull, so you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. And I did not experience any staining. Removal will not be difficult. So this next item is the KBShimmer Sugar Scrub. This month's scent is is it Cafe Latte or Cafe Latte? I don't know. It's 2 F's, so it's not cafe. I don't know how to pronounce it. So anyway, this one's scent is inspired by lattes. So it's priced at $10 for 9.5 ounces and has no cap. This is another fragrance that I kind of went into expecting not to flat out love. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't like the smell of coffee. I don't know why I thought this wasn't going to smell like coffee, but it's definitely like a very strong coffee scent. I found it was a little too strong for me personally. I didn't like it. But the KBShimmer Scrub, however, is my favorite sugar scrub in the entire world. That is also a product that I personally purchase on a regular basis. I've got like jars and jars and jars of it in my refrigerator. There's a jar in each bathroom in our house. Like, it's my favorite scrub in the whole world. I just did not personally love the scent. If you like coffee fragrances, this will definitely be your jam. I do want to note, I always find that the KBShimmer Sugar Scrubs, if you use them, say, in the shower or at your sink, which you should, it's kind of messy to use, the scent will dissipate fairly quickly. I definitely do recommend the KBShimmer Sugar Scrub. It's my favorite sugar scrub. I didn't like the scent. If you like coffee scented things, you will love this one. You'll be very, very happy with it. Next up, we have LynB Designs with Treat Yourself. This polish was inspired by a cozy blanket. This polish is described as a deep blurple base with a teal to green to blue to purple shifting shimmer, linear holographic, as well as scattered holographic flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Treat Yourself had a fantastic formula. The shimmer effect in this one is very, very strong. In person, I was seeing like a cyany greenish color to a blue to a purple color shift. And this is also extremely holographic as well. This polish is on the more sheer side, so you're definitely going to build this one up for the most opacity possible. It had pretty okay coverage in 2 coats, but it was just a tiny bit sheer. So I'm swatching this one in 3 coats. If you don't mind obvious visible nail line, it is passable in 2 coats. The coverage is pretty even. I would say this could potentially even be used as a topper depending on what base color you try it over. So this one is super holographic, super sparkly in person. I was seeing the holographic sparkle both in my normal house lighting as well as outside in natural light. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. It does dry down dull, so you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. And now we have Music City Beauty with My Favorite Jacket. This one was inspired by a fleece lined jacket that Kim received as a gift. This polish is described as a 5D magnetic polish with an ink blue base and green magnetic pigment as well as blue glass flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. My Favorite Jacket had a fantastic formula. It is opaque in 1 coat. I was seeing a very strong green to blue color shift. This one is going to look drastically different depending on if you magnetize it versus not. On my middle nail, I am showing it unmagnetized in 2 coats. On my other nails, it is magnetized in 2 coats. So if you want to see that beautiful, deep, inky blue base, I would definitely suggest magnetizing this one. I found this magnetized very easily for me. I used a rig magnet for my swatches here. This one is also extremely pigmented. I would definitely suggest pairing this one with 2 coats of base coat if your nails are prone to staining. I was actually a little surprised that this one did not stain me. I had it on for about 24 hours and I did not have any staining. This polish also dries down fairly dull, so you will definitely want top coat for a nice glossy finish. And now we have my indie polish with Puppy Kisses. This polish is inspired by an adorable picture of a black and white puppy. It is described as a white curly base with black shreds, black holographic glitters, bubblegum pink star glitters, and a mixture of pink glitters. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish will also come with a little baggie of star glitters for glitter placement. This polish had a beautiful, beautiful formula, not too thick or too thin, and very easy to apply. Found all of the glitters came out very easily without needing to do anything special. I did not hold the bottle upside down between coats, and I also did not do any glitter fishing. So this polish also comes with a little baggie of some of the pink and black glitters. So I'm just going to pop that onto my middle nail while the polish is still wet, hopefully. Okay, I will be using this little rhinestone picker upper thingamajigger that I got from Amazon. I will have it linked down in the description box as per usual. So I like to add the stars in on the 2nd coat. That way when I do my 3rd coat, it will cover up the stars and won't be as textured as if I added it in on the 3rd coat. Okay, I think this is actually pretty good. So actually, no, that's a lie. I'm going to put one more. One more right here. Okay. I'm going to let that dry and then get back in with my 3rd coat. And also, I do want to add, for my nails, I have pretty curvy nails. I've got a really sharp C curve. So if your nails are like mine and are very curvy, I would recommend putting these star glitters towards the sides, like here or here, and not like right here down the center at the curviest part of your nail. They will be super textured if you put them there. So I like to put them on the sides. Just a heads up. If your nails are flatter, that won't be an issue. But if you're like me and have very curvy nails, definitely try to put them in on the sides so you get the least amount of texture. Just a pro tip. I got a decent amount of these star glitters out on the nail, but I still wanted more, to be perfectly honest. I wanted more. So that is why I did glitter placement. Obviously, you do not need to do that. That is just if you want more of the star glitters. You will get the star glitters out on the nail without needing to do anything special in the bottle. I think if you do a bit more fishing around than I did, because I didn't do any fishing, you can kind of get the stars out naturally. But I am given a bag of glitters, I'm going to use those bag of glitters like that. That's just how I am. So this one will dry down a little bit textured from all those glitters and shreds. I did pair this one with the Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber. I would definitely recommend that, or going in with 2 coats of your quick dry top coat. So I think this one looks best in 3 coats, so my photos show it in 3 coats. Removal on this polish will be on the more difficult side due to all of those glitters. Definitely soak this one off or pair it with a peel off base coat. Next up, we have Native War Paint with Cozy Christmas. This polish was inspired by the brand's Christmas decor from 2020. It is described as a full coverage glitter polish with red, orange, gold, green, blue, and purple glitters, a rainbow of flakies, as well as a shifting shimmer. It's priced at $12.75 for 15 ml and has a cap of 150 bottles. Cozy Christmas had a beautiful formula. So the base from this one is a clear base, and it has like a ton of glitter in it. Because this is a clear base and you're getting all of the coverage from the glitters and flakies, you are definitely going to want to wear this one in 3 coats. I will also have a photo of this polish sponged on my thumbnail in case anyone wants to see how that one looks like. So I found all the glitters spread very evenly and easily on their own. I would say that this has like 95% coverage. If you look for your nail line, you will see it. But I find that it's pretty minimal. I actually really like this one sponged on. I don't normally do that, but I was kind of curious, so I did it anyway. Because of all of those glitters, this one will dry down fairly textured. I paired this one with the Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber before going in with my normal top coat. This polish will be extremely difficult to remove if you try to scrub it off. Definitely soak this one off or pair it with a peel off base coat. And also, because this one is also in a clear base, this could also be used as a topper. Next up is NeVerMind Apothecary with Hearth and Home. This polish was inspired by Cozy Nights by the Fire. It is described as a warm brown base with an orange and red aurora color shift, as well as copper metallic flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Hearth and Home had a beautiful formula. It does start off pretty sheer. I think this one will be a solid 3-coater just to give you the most depth of color. I also found that in 2 coats it was just a little bit uneven. Maybe if you go in for thicker coats than I am going in for here, you might be able to make this opaque in 2 coats, but if you go in for like normal thickness in coats, it will be a 3-coater. So the flakies all spread very evenly, easily, without giving up any texture. Nothing in here will be difficult to remove, and I also did not experience any staining. And the next product I have to talk about is the NeVerMind Apothecary nail vinyls. So for these nail vinyls, you get 3 different sheets with 54 stencils total. So it's $10 for 3 sheets and has a cap of 100 packs, I guess we'll call them. So for the stencils, you get one that looks like snowflakes, one that looks like little trees with like a sweater pattern, and then the third one is another like a kind of like a snowflake sweater pattern, kind of. I don't know how to describe it. So it has been a hot minute since I used nail vinyls. I previously used nail vinyls from Twinkle Tea, I think it is. So I found these very easy to use. So I did do some nail art with these. Pictures up in the corner. I found these very easy to use, very beginner friendly. It has been a very long time since I used nail vinyls. And yeah, I thought these were really easy to use. I have pretty curvy nails. I don't know if you can really tell because I butchered my nails recently. I have pretty curvy nails, and so nail vinyls sometimes can be a little tricky if you have very curvy nails. I found these were very easy to use. They came apart pretty easily, pulling them off of the sheet, and any like stray bits I was able to dab off on the corner. I'm thinking about posting a separate longer video of just me doing the nail art tutorial. Let me know if anyone wants me to just post the full video of me using the nail vinyls. I'll do that. They also come with a little piece of paper telling you how to use them, which I also very much appreciate because... And now we have Night Owl Lacquer with Kitty Snuggles. This polish was inspired by the brand's cat Snuggles, who they rescued last December. This polish is described as a slightly off-white curly base with a bright turquoise blue holographic glitters as well as rose gold flakies. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has no cap. Kitty Snuggles had a beautiful curly formula. All of the glitters and flakies spread out very evenly and easily. The base also did not feel thick at all despite having so much going on in it. I was pleasantly surprised that I was happy with this polish in 2 coats. Usually white curlies I prefer 3, but I thought this one looked fantastic in 2 coats. The glitters dried down, fairly textured, not super textured, but enough that I did go in with a glitter eating top coat to completely smooth it out. I think this one will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference, but it was definitely good in 2. Removal will be on the more difficult side due to all those flakies and glitters. Next up we have Paint It Pretty Polish with Fuzzy Slippers. This one was inspired by a pair of slippers. It is described as a purple jelly base packed with a shifting flaky that shifts from a pink to purple to green to yellow. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has a cap of 160 bottles. Fuzzy Slippers had a beautiful jelly formula. It does start off very sheer, so you're going to want to build this one up for full opacity. I found the flakes all spread out very evenly and easily as long as you get enough polish on your brush and you don't have to dip back in like I just did here. So the flakes have a beautiful iridescent color shift. I was seeing all of the described colors in person. So as I mentioned, this one is pretty sheer, so you're going to want to You're going to want to wear this one in 3 coats. In 2 coats, you're not quite getting that nice depth of color that you're seeing in the bottle. In case anyone just noticed, I did end up swapping out the brush that this polish came with. My brush felt really stiff for some reason, so I just swapped it out for a different brush that I keep on hand. So nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. No issues with staining. You'll note I had some very, very slight visible nail line, but nothing too terrible. Next up is Eyed Lacquer with Weighted Warmth. This polish was inspired by a weighted blanket and is described as a muted teal crelly base with a sage to gold shifting shimmer, orange/green shifting flakies, and copper metallic flakes. It's priced at $12.50 for 12 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Weighted Warmth had a beautiful crelly formula. I found it applied very nicely, very evenly with no application issues. All of the flakes in this one will dry down fairly flat on their own, so they will not dry down texture, nor will they be difficult to remove. I found the shimmer was a very beautiful green to gold kind of color shift. This polish will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. I found that 3rd coat added just a tiny bit more depth of color in the base. Nothing in here, again, will dry down texture or be difficult to remove. You will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. And the final non-nail product I have to share is Eyed Lacquer's The Balmer. I try so hard not to do any puns when I say that one because it's just the bomb. Sorry. So this month's fragrance is a custom blend of boozy marshmallows and hot chocolate. So this one is priced at $7.50 for 1 ounce and has a cap of 100 jars. So for me, what I'm picking up, I'm definitely picking up the hot chocolate scent. I'm not really getting boozy marshmallows. To be honest, like, it definitely just smells like hot cocoa to me personally. I really enjoy the Eyed Lacquer Balmer. This is another product that I keep hanging around places. I have been playing around with this one for a few months now. I really, really, really like it personally. So here I live in Connecticut. It is getting pretty cold here. So what I like to do with this one, I like to put on the Heather's Hues lotion. That's my first layer, and then my second, and then I get that all in, and then I put on a layer of the Balmer. I forgot to add, so after I do those 2 layers, I then put on my mittens or gloves, depending on how cold it is. I find that for me personally, I walk outside when it's cold, my whole body turns to ash. Like, I get very, very ashy very quickly. I find for this, it keeps my hands looking so nice and beautiful. Like, I really like the pairing the two together, especially once I'm leaving the house. But like, if I'm not like actively leaving my home, I just like to put this on just by itself. If your hands are super dry, I would recommend layering them together. I don't know, I just feel like it works. It's like I like it as like a sealant, basically. That's basically what it is. That's how I like to use these types of products. But this is also really good if you are in a pinch and you don't have time to do like cuticle oil, lotion, and then a balm, to just slap this on and you'll be good to go as well. You don't have to layer it. That's just how I personally like to do it. I like to be coated. I'll be honest, I like to be coated. I don't want to be ashy. I want to be like coated in the smoothness of lotion. So yeah, this one is definitely recommend this one. I've been really enjoying my usage of it. Next up, we have Restored by Polish with Sweater Weather. This polish was inspired by the SNL skit Sweater Weather. It is described as a midnight blue jelly base with matte yellow hex glitters, orange hollow hex glitters in various sizes, as well as color shifting flakies and a red to orange shimmer. It's priced at $12 for 12 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Sweater Weather had a wonderful jelly formula. It did not feel overly thick at all despite having so much glitter in it. I found it applied very nicely, very evenly, and the glitters all spread very evenly as well. The shimmer in here is very color shifty. I was seeing like an orange to gold with green at extreme angles. So since this polish is a jelly, you will want to build it up for opacity. The coverage in 2 coats was very even but still a little bit sheer, so my photos here show it in 3 coats. Removal on this one will be on the difficult side due to all those glitters. This polish also did dry down, just slightly textured, so I did pair it with a glitter eating top coat before going in with my normal top coat. Removal will be on the difficult side like I mentioned, so I would suggest soaking this one off or pairing it with a peel off base coat. Next up, we have Sassy Sauce Polish with Dip Your Tips. This polish was inspired by a photo of a hot tub with colorful lights, and it is described as a sapphire blue thermal when cold to a pale blue when warm, with a strong pink/red color shift as well as ghost flakies. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 500 bottles. Dip Your Tips had a beautiful formula. I found that flakies all spread very evenly and easily. I really particularly like this one because I don't know if you can tell in the video here, but I did get out a couple of the larger flakes, which I always really, really, really appreciate in a flaky polish. You can see one right there on my middle nail right now. Yeah, so even the larger ones, they do not dry down textured. I only needed 1 coat of top coat to completely smooth this polish out. It had really great coverage. I think it'll be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. I found to get the most opacity in the warm state so that you don't have like super duper obvious visible nail line, you will want to go in for 3 coats, but it is passable in 2, but you will have super obvious visible nail line. So like I mentioned, nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. I also did not experience any staining. Next up, we have Twisting Nether Lacquer with Simply Meant to Be. This polish was inspired by the Nightmare Before Christmas's Jack and Sally in the form of a hoodie. It is described as a blue crelly base with red, white, and black glitters, as well as black and white star glitters. This polish will also come with extra stars for glitter placement. It is priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Simply Meant to Be had a fantastic formula. I felt like this one kind of skirted the line between being a jelly and a crelly polish. It has that like squishy feel or look to it that jelly polishes have, but it's definitely a lot more opaque than your typical jelly polish. So this one is jam-packed with glitters. As you were seeing here, I am doing some glitter placement for the star-shaped glitters that will come with this polish. I found that I didn't really want to do any fishing for the star glitters that were in the bottle, so I thought it'd be just easiest to just apply them myself. All of the other glitters I found spread out very evenly and easily on their own without needing to do anything special. You can see me being my extra self. I saw a big glitter on the brush. I had to get that out on my nail, so this is what I'm doing here. I did do that a couple of times with the other nails as well totally optional. It's just me being a glitter loving freak. So this one had pretty good coverage in 2 coats, but I felt like to build up the opacity as well as get more glitters on the nail, that this one looked best in 3 coats. This polish will also dry down pretty dang textured. You will want to double up on your top coat. For the smoothest finish possible, I would recommend pairing it with a glitter smoothing top coat. I use the Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber. Removal on this will be extremely difficult if you try to scrub it off. If ever there was a polish to soak off or pair with a peel-off base coat, this would be it. And the final polish I have to share is by Wildflower Lacquer. This one is called Bunny Slippers. This is inspired by Rose from the Golden Girls and her Frozen Bunny Slippers episode. It is described as a light pink base with a red to gold to green shifting shimmer and scattered pink to orange crystal flakes. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Bunny Slippers had a fantastic formula. This polish is jam-packed with flakies. It did not feel thick at all despite having so many in them. I found they all spread very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. So the shimmer and flakies in this one absolutely glow on the nail. So this polish is fairly sheer. I would suggest wearing it in 3 coats. You will still have some visible nail line. This polish will also work really well as a topper. It's sheer enough in 1 coat that I don't see the pink base altering the color of whatever color you put on top of this too much. I think the shimmer is more likely to alter the color than the actual base itself. I will have some photos of this one in 1 coat over a red cream. I use the Heather's Hues polish called Jolly, which is no longer available, but it's really fantastic. So yeah, I did this one in 3 coats. It looks amazing mattified as well. Nothing in here will be difficult to remove. No issues with texture, just an all-around gorgeous nail polish. And so that is everything. I have 5 polishes here on my lap that I have picked out as my favorites of the month. So I think my top pick is going to be the My Indie Polish Puppy Kisses. I just really, I am a sucker for a white Crelly. I am a sucker for a Crelly with glitters, and I am a sucker for star glitters. I mentioned this in my last My Indie Polish video where I reviewed their fall collection. Indie Polish has become my favorite brand this past year for brands that do really good glitter polishes. I just love this brand's glitter polishes. Highly suggest picking up this polish. Another brand that I always love their polishes that involve glitter is Twisting Nether Lacquer. This polish in particular, I just really liked the color. I'm a big fan of A Nightmare Before Christmas. So when I saw the inspiration, I love this one. I think this one will be a surprise as I'm picking as a top pick, but I'm picking it for a top pick because I am biased. Is the Fair Maiden polish Snuggles. Why is this going to be my top pick? Because I just freaking out, or the fact that I have it at all. Fair Maiden polish is one of my favorite brands ever, and so the fact that I got this one was just, it blew my mind. So yeah, this one's gonna be a top pick. Plus, the polish itself is also really gorgeous. I don't generally gravitate towards pastels, but for pastels that have shimmer, flakies, or even holographic, once you start adding components into the pastel, that really gets my attention. So this one I thought was really gorgeous. My next top pick is another favorite brand for me. This one is going to be the BCB Lacquers polish. I just really enjoyed the base color paired with the shimmer. I thought this one just looks absolutely phenomenal. Plus, I'm kind of really loving this brand's, their new bottles. Like, I think the bottles just look absolutely gorgeous. And also they have these really pretty holographic labels if you didn't already know. Super pretty. And my final top pick is going to be the All Mixed Up Lacquers polish. This one was inspired by toe socks, and I was obsessed with toe socks in high school and out of high school, and if I could find some toe socks now that were like a thicker quality and didn't like get holes in them very quickly, I would still be wearing toe socks. So yeah, I just love the glitter mix in this one. I thought it was really fun. So I would love to know what everyone else is planning on picking up for polish pickup. I have not yet gone through the website to see what else is available. I kind of don't want to buy any more nail polish right now, so I'm going to go through the IPU section just to see what's there. I think I should get a cat toy, but I haven't gotten a cat toy in quite a while. And also, just a heads up, in case you did miss my post on my community tab, I am planning on taking a little break. I'm feeling pretty burnt out, to be honest. I'm tired. So if you don't know already, earlier this month being November, I was sick for a little over a week, and when I got back from being sick, that meant I was like a week late on everything that I wanted to do for swatches and all that. So I basically stayed up until very late at night and I was not getting enough sleep, and I burnt myself out. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a little break. I'm still going to be posting my usual stuff for December. The only thing that I'm not going to be posting, I'm not going to have a Bee's Knees release for December because they're not doing one as far as I know. So yeah, I won't have that, but I will be just catching up on the things I've missed because I have a ton of videos that I have recorded that I need to get edited and uploaded. But yeah, so I'm feeling a little burnt out. I'm okay. Don't worry, I'm not like abandoning the channel. I love doing YouTube. I love doing my blog, so I'm definitely not going anywhere. I'm just going to be taking just a step back a little bit from PR. I'm not going to be taking in nearly as much stuff for December as well as for January. So the current plan is by the time January rolls around, I anticipate that I will likely have a lot less PR videos up on this channel. I have quite a few collections that I purchased myself that I would like to get swatched and posted, like the Hollow Taco that you're seeing back there. I've got another Hollow Taco over there. I want to do a Zoya collection that I've been sitting on for quite a while. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be posting. I'm really looking forward to posting some non-PR things, to be honest. I'm also going to be posting a couple of things that they're still nail related, but they're not going to necessarily be swatch videos. So if anyone has any suggestions on what they would like for me to post, let me know, because this would be a good time because I am writing out a little schedule of what I want to do. So yeah, thank you for sitting here and listening to me talk. Yeah, I hope everyone has a fantastic week, has a wonderful December. Oh, and also, if you are like me and you went buck wild on Black Friday, I want to know what sales you grabbed. Currently, I am planning on doing a video for all my Black Friday sales because I spent way too much. I went into the negatives. I went into the negatives, so yeah, I'm gonna make a video on it. Alright, and now that was it. Thank you all so much again for watching. If you have not yet already hit that like button, hit that like button for me, please. It helps out my channel. If you aren't already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.